Maneva na sema PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
You are most welcome to PENDREAM TV, the only channel that brings you the best and latest updates in politics. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for more updates. Like and also share to other members to watch as well. You can also leave a comment after watching or send us a voice note on our WhatsApp number, which is 0277128777. Thank you. I would like you to join me listening to what we have for you today without waste of time.
Nanaya, you haven't even started talking.
Today, when I started, you gave me instructions.
Yes, but I told you that for every interjection that I made, I will add 1 minute. We are doing exactly that. All right.
Conversation. You see, the point is that me, I don't even know how to start. Let me say good morning to your viewers and good morning to everybody here. Now, Shoko, this is the first time after the death of my father I have missed him, and I have missed the people of old. As we sit here, everything that is going on, it makes me think that what kind of Ghana do we have? There is a clear abuse of our constitution, the supreme law of the land. This is our country, Ghana, and we should do everything possible to oppose the rule of the oppressor. Is it not clear what it is? And I always said that the magnanimity of the NDC in Parliament and how nice the speaker is has brought us thus far, because it is so clear and apparent that in the Parliament of Ghana, you don't have a majority. And I will say it forever and I will say it every day. But because the Right Honorable Speaker allowed one person to do business and behave as if he is MPP, now they are calling themselves majority. Parliament is 137 plus 1. When you go into the books of the EC, it is 137 plus 1. That one person is independent, and as long as he remained independent, he should have been on his or her own and stayed there. But when there is voting, he can vote with the NPP, but not to add up. Immediately the voting finishes, then he goes to his seat. Fortunately, he became second deputy speaker. So that he's not, NPP is not majority. Sometimes it is so sad when you hear them that we are majority by which margin, by which angle. Now tell me, I mean seriously.
The reason that is said is because the independent candidate does, vote.
It does not mean that you are majority. If you vote
NPP
along, you are not a member. And you see, me, I'm not a lawyer. I don't want ever to be a lawyer. But, oh yes, don't look at me like that. My house is full.
I want to ask why, but I think I shouldn't.
No, I got admission to Gimpa Law School, Kramanko. Oh, my home is full of lawyers.
Okay.
It's chaotic. Oh. Everything is legal. So the point is that my little brain that is in my head, that is not a lawyer's brain. When I read the Constitution, it is so categorical. G and H. Especially the H. I have read it over and over again. I want to see what is in there. You don't need an interpretation when there is a shall clause which is mandatory. And even in the constitution of the MPP, the moment you cross carpet to be independent and you stand against an approved candidate of the party, you automatically, what's the meaning of automatic? Beatrice will tell us. Automatically.
Okay.
So why is it that in your own case, in your own constitution, you are saying that when you go off, you automatically forfeit your membership of the party? When people are in parliament, they are there as well. They are not there as kids. They are not there as kindergarten kids. They are there as members of parliament representing a party. So if they are there, the moment they shift, they lose their right to sit on that party's ticket. It is plain and simple. I don't know why the noises everybody is saying. That is why I say I miss my father and I miss the people of old. And I also miss people like Jerry John Rawlings in this matter. Because somebody should stand up and speak. And it's as if there are no men in this nation. And everybody is quiet. Going round in circles, saying that, oh, we want Ghana to be intact. Ghana will be intact. If Parliament fight, they fight inside. They don't fight on the streets of Ghana. Fighting in Parliament, when you go to UK, Labour and Conservative, at the point they fought. When you go to, it has happened in Botswana.
But fighting is not the way.
I am saying that leave them. But I am telling you that the truth must be told. If you don't tell the truth,
What
then
is
you
the
are.
truth?
The truth is that people have forfeited their positions in their parties, so they can no longer sit there as their party representatives. It's as simple as ABCD. And when the people were doing, they didn't see. The MPP is in denial. It is like something has happened to you and you don't want to accept and do something about it. This MPP, they are just in denial. Because you see, the magnanimity of the speaker has made them feel that they are majority. The tables have turned. Things have changed. When they were doing things to the Suhum PC or the independent candidate and Mamile Morrison, they didn't think through it. And I always say that they should, as in Parliament, leader of the House, when these things go on, you don't think through it. Okay, what clause did they use to sack Alan Chematin? Is it not the same 312 for feature? What did they use to sack what is his name? Nano Hininto. Yabuabian Samoa. Is it not the same thing? And this clause in the MPP constitution is in tandem with Article G and H, 97 G and H. A shall. So what are we talking about? In their own party constitution, and it doesn't show procedure. They say, oh, what procedure? When you go to 97 G and H, it does not tell you how you should let these people live. But when you go to A, B, C, D, E, F, the provisions therein tells you how you exact those provisions. That when you stay out of Parliament for 15 times, you need to write to the Speaker to tell the Speaker A, B, C, D. If you do not do that, you'll be held before the Privileges Committee. That is procedure. But when it comes to G and H, it does not tell us the procedure. It does not say that you should go to court to come and exact. It does not tell you that the party will write to you. No. And this precedent was set by Honorable Okwe in 2020. He actually sacked Esiama from the chamber. So right now, as we stand now, if there was adequate time, these 4 people will be off, and there will be a by-election. But you see, you cannot have a by-election
with just a few months.
That is the point. So you have to lick your wounds.
Which means what?
Your people are gone. You have become minority.
So the people no longer have representation.
They have no. You see, San Trophy Akpa Fulolobi. Do they have representation? 4 solid years. They are there. Even now, I haven't seen any LI or any instrument which says that CI, which says that they are going to create a constituency for them. Have they not been there with that representation? They are there. They are there. 4 solid who has spoken. Everybody is quiet. It's left with 2-3 months. So if people have taken a decision that has come to affect their personal decisions, that come to affect their party and Parliament, why do you want to change the trajectory of events? This one is clear. This one is clear. You see, this MPP, this particular MPP, they just do things anyhow. They don't respect us. They don't care. Look, when J. Kufuor was president, I always akin it to J. Kufuor. When he even made a mistake, he said, I'm sorry. I remember he was asked, why has he taken 88 ministers? He said, I'm sorry, I said it like this, but when I got in there, the situation was different. He actually apologized to the nation. Today, this thing has happened. You say you still hold on that you are this. Look, the letter they have written. In that letter, I think we also need some interpretation from the Supreme Court. Because you see that provision in the constitution is talking about a normal situation where parliament is adjourned. Right now there is a circumstance, they have put it in there, that under the circumstances. So I believe that there should also be an interpretation of 1213 to know that now that parliament has been adjourned.
So we should go back to the Supreme Court.
Yes, the Supreme Court should give us an interpretation of how we should also go about this one to open parliament.
But Nanaya, all of this affects government's business, and there are matters before.
Please, which business is that?
There's a long list.
Please, which business?
There's a long list.
Now, if they wanted business, they should have stayed in there and done business.
I'm not speaking in reference to the memo. But even without the memo,
no, but who is
there still remains government business to be conducted.
Now, who is in government? Who should be more interested in making sure that government business works?
That's why they've written a memo.
You have written a memo when you left. You at least sit at that place. It does not, because really, if putting everything together, there is no majority. You see, typically, there should have been government side, opposition side, 137. They should have shared the chairmanship of the committees. Then one independent. And the condition should be that you vote with them. Because you see, what even was done in parliament was wrong. Because you see, when you look at the age, former MP was an independent candidate, and he couldn't have gone and said that he was adding on to MPP. Because for that,
he couldn't have voted with the MPP.
No, voted but not be part of them. If you vote at a particular point in time, when you finish voting, you go back into your space and declare yourself as independent. So you don't make one party majority, because then age applies. Do you get me? When you look at the age, typically, my constitution is on here, it applies. So Formula MP should have been on his own. I vote with you, then I go back. That is what it should be. Government business is their own business. The thing that they have listed there, which one affects us directly? When they take the loan, we don't even know where it goes. IMF money comes, you don't know how they use it. They are still taking loans, piling debt on our heads. Which one is important to the livelihood, to me? That I don't have to, I am not able to buy tomatoes. I'm not able to eat 3 times daily. That I'm now saying that I'm slimming because I eat once. Yes, once a day.
You look very lovely. But
yeah, I'm saying that once a day.
The point about age is that the elected member must join the political party.
And that is what I'm saying. But if you are majority, if MPP is majority in parliament, you join them.
No.
What
join? I suppose that joining the party means that you become a member.
No,
that's not what it
The party must have had a majority before you join. In this case, they do not have.
And you join.
And your joining will not make them. That's the point.
That is what I'm saying.
Okay, not to say that they have become a member of the party.
No.
All right.
You get me?
Yes.
You are independent. You are not MPP. Maybe you are MPP in heart and in blood. Something happened and you got angry. But I'm saying that once you went on an independent ticket, you should be independent
at all times.
True. Yes.
Okay.
But when you want to vote,
for me.
Do you get me? If you want to vote for, okay, for instance, let's assume, I'll conclude. Let's assume the Siama belonged to one political, like we have Asamia. Asamia was in parliament. She was on her own. She always voted with whoever she thought was, the policies were reasonable.
Okay.
And she never went to join any party. But this one, you are saying you are majority. You are not.
All right.
137. Now you have lost 4-3. Okay. So you have come down.
Okay. I'm coming to you, Rodlin, but Beatrice, I stand corrected. All the videos we saw on that day at the Accra International Conference Center where parliamentary proceedings were taking place were people in NPP t-shirts.
Yes.
So I stand corrected. You just said that when Kufuor makes a mistake, he corrects himself. I'm correcting myself.
Okay.
All right, Rodlin.
Now we are in some crisis. So unfortunately, you have voted for Nebuchadnezzar.
Sorry?
We have voted for Nebuchadnezzar.
Who is Nebuchadnezzar?
And we know Nana and these people.
They are Nebuchadnezzar.
Yes, they are
from the Bible.
We are in some autocracy. They are Nebuchadnezzars. Double Nebuchadnezzars that we are dealing with. This one is a simple matter. My dear, when Honorable Okwe, I respect him a lot, but when Honorable Okwe, when he decided to take out a Siama, why didn't MPP go to the Supreme Court for interpretation? What has changed? You what? Nothing has changed. It's the same law, the same provision that was used. Why didn't they go to Supreme Court for interpretation? Right now, as we speak, we don't even have an interpretation. You get? We don't have an interpretation. Because I thought that when they went to court, they'll come with an interpretation. Which you say, this is forward, this is now, this is the past. There's no interpretation as we stand now. But you see, the G and H, I say it is clear. But because we have people who believe that they are better than every Ghanaian, and that their wishes is our command, and that when they want to do something, we cannot question them. Now it is unfortunate. You see, I didn't bring my constitution, but I wish somebody will look at Article 115 for me. 115 is there. It is clear that when proceedings, debates are done in Parliament.
115 says that there shall be freedom of speech, debates, and proceedings in Parliament, and that freedom shall not be impeached or questioned in any court or place out of Parliament.
Yeah, exactly. This is a procedure and a debate in Parliament. They have not even ended talking about it. So what would have happened if they all stayed there and said, okay, let's look at A, B, C, D. It is like running to your father when you think that you have a father who can shield you. So when you go out and you go and insult people in the street, you quickly run home and the gate is locked. That is what is happening. That is what is happening. Every time they are running to the courts. Couldn't they have stayed in there and deliberated on it? Why do we want to weaken our state institution? Why do there's separation of powers? There's the legislature, there's the executive, there's the judiciary, there's the fourth estate. You see, the point is that I think the time has come to even amend and review our constitution. That going forward, you see, the erroneous impression of the MPP government as it stands today, that because they have ministers in Parliament, they rule over Parliament. I think the time has come to review that there will not be any minister in Parliament. If you are an MP, you stay MP. If you want to be minister, you are out. So that all these things will be dealt with. Because you see this, so that there is a clear dichotomy between the executive and the legislature. Because I hear things like, how can we be in government and we are in minority? And so what? If you had done your work properly, this wouldn't have happened. You fell from 169, like I see in the book at Neza, to 137. Because you didn't do your things properly. Because you took Ghanaians for granted. And they voted against you. And that is your bane. You have to take it, accept it, and move on. And you haven't learnt your lessons. You continue to do same. And that is why today, 3 of your members are off. Formula, this is happening because if they did not mistreat the Formula MP, Esiama, he wouldn't have gone independent. He would still be with MPP. He went and he won. They have mistreated and entered into Suhum, the chief of staff. She and her assistant, what is the person's name? Protozua. I know Protozua is an enzyme, but that is how they call him. Is it not time when you went to school, Protozua, somebody, it is an enzyme, but I don't know. That is his name. And he's in the office of the chief of staff. And somebody said that chief of staff himself admitted that that is where he took her trouble. And this man was pushed out. And Mamiletu has been pushed out. The people have not learned that there are certain things you don't do in a political party, because the political party is like family. So that when you are in there, you look after each other. You don't upset them. And it's not everybody that you upset that will let go. There are some people you upset, they will not let go. And you see, the point is that now, I am even surprised that the MPP is going round like this. They are not kindergarten kids. You see, when somebody goes
let's drop the matter of this.
No, my dear, I am very hurt because when you go to an election, it is not easy to go through even campaigning Do you get me? Trying to get a position.
Yeah.
The trajectory that you will travel, it is not easy. The things that you will see, even within your constituency. So even if somebody attempts it, and somebody who is victorious should be respected, no matter what. You see, marching for us comrades, if you don't understand what we comrades do, marching is a form of solidarity for us. If you don't understand what we comrades, you don't condemn what we comrades we do. Do you get me? Those of us who are within the socialism era, those of us. Do you get the CPP? Those of us within that enclave, we march, we move forward.
Are you explaining what we saw on the floor?
That is what I'm saying. So yes, so you do not. If it is not within your ideology, you don't understand it. Me, I understand it, because when things happen, we march, and it is part of the things that we do. And I'm also saying, where is the Siama? Where is Mamile? Where is the Suhum MP? They should come and speak. Besides, why are we making so much noise? NDC too has lost one. NDC has lost, isn't it? They have also lost one now. So why are we centering it on only MPP? When they did it, it includes their own. So why? We haven't also heard them saying that, oh, we want to stay. We want them to come out and tell us whether they want to stay, whether they are staying with MPP or they are not part of it. But you see now, the constitution will abide. That is the supreme law of the land. And no Nebuchadnezzar or Darius will come and abuse our constitution. The supremacy of the law is within the ambit of the constitution.
All right, Nanaya. Rodney.
Thank you once again for staying tuned. PENDREAM TV really appreciate your time. Please, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do so for us. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be the first to receive any updates that will be loaded onto the channel. Thank you.
PENDREAM TV now, so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.